Yuma, Arizona. And when you come for medical tourism, a few miles this way where I'm pointing now is Mexico. And that's where you could get the very low cost dental, medical, vision services. Well, good morning. I'm Daryl Bombach, and I'm here in medical tourism. And I've noticed in many places in Mexico, people are afraid to go into Mexico because they're afraid of what they hear in the press. So please introduce yourself, who you are, and explain about this facility and why a person would want to come here.
Well, it's nice to talk with you this morning, Daryl.
Yeah.
I'm Linda Seeger. I work for Sani Dental. I work as a patient representative. I like making people secure about Algodones. I've been coming here for 12 years. I now reside here full time. Mm-hmm. I'm single, and I wouldn't be doing that if I was afraid.
Yeah.
When I first started coming about 12 years ago, I heard stories just like you here. Now that I've been coming so many years, I realize that those stories are about other places, mostly big cities. We're very small here, just a few thousand population off season. Mm-hmm. And there's relatively little crime. When people would comment at home and they heard I was moving here full time, I said, I live in an upper middle class neighborhood outside of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And the crime rate there just is unbelievable to hear.
Mm-hmm.
This is nothing compared to that area.
So in the 12 years that you've been here, how many people have you seen have problems where they were injured or some type of kidnapping, or is there anybody that you've even heard of?
They're not preying on people who are coming and going.
Yeah. So in 12 years, it's hard to even think of a
Yes.
case
Yes.
where someone really had a problem.
Until a few years ago, you never hear of anybody dying. Somebody committed suicide
Yeah.
and jumped in the river. But it's just unbelievably safe here. The people look out for you. They want your business, and they're aggressive to get it. But they aren't going to let you do anything that's going to hurt you. They even have military at the gates when you come in. And that really intimidates some people, thinking, oh my gosh, they have to have military. They're here for a presence.
Yeah.
To let anybody who's coming through those gates or trying to get out through the gates, that they're not putting up with any shenanigans.
So you feel comfortable walking around at night here?
Yes, I do.
But I noticed the town closes down pretty early, so not many people are walking around at night.
That's right. And when I used to live downtown, I walked in the middle of the street. But you know what? I would have done that in the U.S. And had I been in some of our large U.S. cities, I wouldn't have been doing it at all.
So tell me a little bit about this dental. I noticed this town is basically about dental, vision, healthcare, and that's about it. If the whole city is, a town I should say, is all based on that. So why this particular dental office would you say is a reason for people to come here?
Not because they're the largest, but by being large, they have dentists who specialize in root canals. If you go to a small dentist, you have no idea how many he's done. Where if you come here, it's a specialist, and that's all he's done. And because the practice is so big, hundreds of people go through the practice a week.
Okay.
The new implant specialists and the surgeons, that's their specialty. They're not doing everything, they're doing what they do best.
Mm-hmm. So this dental center is about having a number of dentists who have specialties. So
Yes.
if someone comes here, then if they think they need one thing, but all of a sudden it turns out they need another type of specialty, you're not going to have to go to another building. You're not going to have to go to another dental office or make an appointment 2 weeks later.
No.
You'll be able to get everything done in a relatively short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it true? What I've understood is regardless of what you need done, almost in all cases, if you allow 5 days to get all the procedures done, whether it's 10 crowns, 13 crowns, if it's 3 bridges, if it's complete oral surgery, whatever it is that needs to be done, within 5 days or less, normally they'll get it done.
3 days is the goal.
Right.
But there's always the exception to every rule, and it's pleasant here.
Yeah.
Make it for 5 days so that you don't get stressed.
Yeah.
And you can enjoy yourself. You have a little time on your hands.
Okay. So you would advise people if they come here that even if they it's most likely get done in 3 days, is that if they allow for 4 or 5 days, then if just in case one of the dentists gets sick and has to come back the next day or something like that, but on a normal basis it'll be done in 3 days.
Yes.
But in some cases it might need 4 or 5. So allow for 5 days, and if it gets done sooner, great. If not, you have time to make sure it gets done without having to be stressed out about some appointments you have back in the States.
True, so true.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. What other reasons besides dental would you say a person would come to this town?
There is alternative medicine here
Okay.
that is practiced in the States, is most likely less expensive here. There's alternative medicine that is not practiced in the States, that is available here. A lot is available on the websites. If you go to losalgodones.com, and there's several sites. I myself do chelation therapy, which they do some places in the States.
By saying you do it, I mean you have it performed on you.
That's correct.
Not that you perform it for others. Okay.
No, I'm the patient there.
Okay. Okay.
And I've stayed a pretty healthy person.
Okay. So I noticed there's a number of different vision centers and prescription stores. How does one, if they come into this town, there's so many people will try to entice you to come to their particular store, and at first glance there's no way to determine which are the good ones, which ones are not. Do you have any advice for people when they come to this town and they're looking for prescriptions or they're looking for a quality pair of glasses? Is there something they should look out for?
If you're not trying to have them done in one day, wait, talk to other people, ask questions. There's so many English-speaking people here that it's very easy to communicate, and they'll tell you who they've used and if they were happy or not.
So by referral, and you'll find a number of people walking around or in little shops. You can sit and have coffee with them, and
Yes.
and they'll be willing to tell you everything about what they've done
That's
and
right.
if they liked it or not.
Yes.
I think that's true because I've done that myself. I've walked around this town, and that's exactly what I did. And I went to various people who looked like they were in the process of having things done, and I would ask them about it, and they definitely would tell me what they thought, and they give you an idea of the prices and that type of thing.
That's exactly how I found my dentist the first time I was here.
And then you ended up coming to this place.
Yes.
And then, and you've been here for 12 years now though, right?
I've been coming and going for 12 years, but I'm full-time resident now.
Okay. So you have no qualms about being here as a single woman, and
No.
and everything
Or
is fine?
senior, no.
Okay.
The Mexican people are very helpful, very accommodating. It's a different way of life in the States, and I just find it very agreeable.
Now, one of the things I noticed is that this town is surrounded by nothingness. In other words, there's not going to be a Disneyland. There's not going to be, if someone's coming for medical tourism and their expectations are that they're going to have a lot of entertainment with rides, beaches, entertainment.
Not us.
That's not here. Here, it looks like the whole town closes down when the sun goes down. There's not a bunch of nightclubs where there's a lot of parties and drinking.
Right.
Because when I went around town, I noticed how quiet it was and relaxing. So some of the towns I've been to where they had a lot of bars and nightclubs, it attracted an element of people where it didn't seem as safe.
That's right.
But in this
It's
town, it's a
not-
very quiet, very peaceful, and so someone that comes here, they would most likely come here for quality dental, getting good prices on their prescriptions, getting a pair of glasses or two at a very good, reasonable price, and with high quality. But they're here to relax. And I guess if you look at this pool area, this is part of the hotel for
Hacienda.
and it basically is part of the dental center. So if you, the idea with here is you have a restful nature. You come here to have peace, rest, you have dental work done, and maybe you need some sleep, and you want to walk around in a very peaceful, secure, safe area. So this is the type of place where a person should expect peace, quiet, relaxation. And once the work is done, you go back, and you could go to San Diego, for example, which is just a 3-hour drive, and go to the beaches and have fun. But here, that's not the expectation.
Also, if you bring your car, you can go to Yuma. It's just 8 miles from here, and there's movie theaters, lots of restaurants.
Right. So
There's-
depending what you're looking for.
Yes.
Yeah. And a lot of patients actually come here for the day for dental, then go back and stay at a hotel in Yuma,
Yes.
and then take advantage of it if they want the big city nightlife, or they want movies or whatever they do with their children. They could do that and then come back here the next day. It's a very quick 10-minute drive or 8-minute drive, and you're right here at the border. And I also noticed that when you get to if you have a car and you don't want to bring it into Mexico, they have a secure fenced parking lot where you pay $6 for the day.
Yes.
And then your car is well secure. And then you just walk into Mexico. It takes 3 minutes. You're in. There's no checkpoints. You don't have to show papers. And you just walk. When I came, each time I walked in, they didn't ask for papers. You just walk in.
Right.
It's only when you leave this area, it's the U.S. Customs that requires you to show your passport and why you are in Mexico. So as far as the what to expect, it's a very quick, easy process to park your car, walk across, and you're here in the little town doing whatever you need to have done.
That's true.
Okay. Are there any other concerns or are there any other things that you'd want to point out about this dental center, or
The town in itself is so geared to seniors, some of which would have health problems, that if a senior comes here and gets sick, they wonder, what do I do? They have services here to get you back across the border. The Border Patrol are very accommodating in getting you through if you need medical care.
and I understand that Yuma has a very large, modern, high-tech hospital, where it's a medical center actually.
Yes, and they're especially good on heart problems.
Heart problems?
Yes.
Okay.
That's their new specialty.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.